Hi, everybody. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV live chat tonight.
That's right, Barb.
Yeah,
You
we're
look
excited.
nice and festive tonight.
Thank you.
Looking good there.
Yeah.
Looking good.
I hope everyone is doing well. We were looking forward to this Monday night. We're going to be talking about
A lot.
What are you going to be talking about?
A lot of different things. We're gonna show you the finished jewelry box that we repaired, and we're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna talk about a project.
Video for that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a project for those of you that are doing shows. This time of year it's a little late, but you could get these ready for next year and really probably have some nice sales.
So welcome everyone. We're going to take your questions. You can just post your questions in the chat and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, and please make sure you put a Q in front of it so that Barb, because there's a lot of things going on in the chat. We want to make sure we pick up your question with your Q. So, Barb.
Yeah, welcome.
It's finally cold outside.
I know.
Can you believe it?
Welcome to all the new people we have coming onto the channel, the new subscribers and the new channel members, and all of you.
Welcome,
that have been
everybody,
with us
and
from
Merry
the very
Christmas and
beginning.
Happy Holidays to you.
Welcome tonight. We really appreciate y'all coming out. We're going to go ahead and start with the questions.
Yeah, let's go,
first.
Barb.
Okay, Rick said he bought a Heiko FX601 that came with something called a lock key. Can you tell me what the purpose is of the lock key?
You know what? If I owned one of those irons, I probably could, but I do not own a Heiko iron. Let's see, maybe Magali will chime in tonight if she's around. I know that she works with a Heiko.
So if any of the
rest of you work with a Heiko, chime in and let's find out what that lock key is for. Maybe it's a lock. Maybe it locks your rheostat that's in your iron in a in a position, or it may be something that removes the iron tip. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that might be something for the tip. Yeah.
Could be. It's a nice
Changing
iron.
the temperature.
Huh?
Changing the temperature.
Changing the
Magali
temperature.
said
Your
it's
lock
for
key.
changing.
Okay. Thank you, Magali.
It's for calibration.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Another question came in about solder. Came to the email address. They want to keep their solder silver for Christmas ornaments. Also, do they need to add wire around the Christmas ornament?
I would add wire because that's the only way it's going to stay together safely and hang. The other thing is if you want to keep your solder silver, you make sure you use 60/40 and just steel wool it and clean it, steel wool it when you're finished and wax it, and it should stay nice and shiny for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have any
questions.
questions.
That's a good question, though, because, this time of year, Barb, everybody's making Christmas ornaments. Mm-hmm. And to me, though, I like to clean them with the baking soda and water trick, but then I like to black patina it because it makes the Christmas ornament pop. It makes the color on the ornament pop, and that's what I like. I like that popping noise.
Okay. Brandon has a question. He wants to know, he's working on a project that is 3 feet high by 1 foot wide, putting it in a wood frame. Does he need to use cane for support?
Cane for support. Well, what you want to do, use cane around the outside edge. You don't need to use rebar applied to it if you're putting it in a frame, because it sounds like it's going to hang in it's a window hanging in a window. So as long as you have that frame around it, but I would use the cane around the outside edge, not so much for support, but just for cosmetic, for look, so that it looks nice. I just don't, that the 1/8 of an inch that it leaves you around that reveal on the copper foil, then you need to also buy a different framing for your frame, because now you don't have, you don't need that wide 5/16 gap in the wood. But I prefer to buy one kind of wood and make it all happen that way.
Yeah, it's
a lot easier. It's personal choice, though. Yes.
With that, it being 3 square feet, that is the threshold when you start adding rebar and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once you go over that 3 square foot.
And it's only 12 inches wide, and so it's a very vertical window. So I wouldn't worry about adding reinforcing to it. If it's a copper foil piece, you probably may have already put some re-strip in it. But I would, if you're going to put it in a frame, if you already have the framing that the lead will fit into, I would put cane around the outside of it.
Thank you, Ed. And that was a good question.
That was a good question, Laura.
Larry's got a good question. Are there any other colors of patina besides black and copper?
Larry, I don't know. They do make patinas for zinc, but I think it's just black and copper. I'm pretty sure it's just black and copper.
If you're looking for something, you might want to talk to people that work in the jewelry industry. They may have some patinas that they
use. Larry, probably in your area where everything's really, really creative there, you may be able to find a blacksmith because they've got some ins and outs on how to change colors of different metals as well, Larry. So.
Yeah, so I would talk to someone.
Hey, man, it's almost time we can start using the calendar. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Larry.
Thanks for tuning in,
everybody.
We
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Please, you kidding? We appreciate everybody.
Magali said, since you mentioned restrip, when would you need to use restrip?
On a window, I would say probably maybe 16 or 18 inches wide and 3 foot tall. You would just want to put some reinforcing in it, maybe not straight horizontally, but run it from one side of the window around things and run it to the other side. And this will give it that flexibility. It'll take a little bit of that flex out of it. And I think that would be a good idea. Anything over like maybe over like 3 square feet, you should think about reinforcing it in some way to keep the structural integrity of the window itself.
That's right. So I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to Sunshine Glass, who is our sponsor.
That's right, Sunshine. Thank you for sponsoring our show tonight, and thank you for coming on board for next year. We appreciate that. So we want to thank Sunshine for being a sponsor here at the ARTyRV Glass Studio channel, and we also want to remind you that Sunshine has in stock over 1,500 colors of glass from all the manufacturers, along with all your hand supplies, chemicals, and other needs you'll have for your projects. Yeah,
they're a great group to work with. So if you need something, give them a call, give them the number of the glass that you need, and they'll find it.
Right, or if you don't have a number and you got a piece of it, send it to them, because Scott and Sean and Barb, they'll all be looking forward to hearing from you and try to help you with your project.
We have another question. When should we frame our Tiffany piece with cane? So this is going along the same line of questions. People want to know when they need to use cane. When is it okay to just solder the border?
Well, you can just solder the border, but the thing about it is it doesn't matter. You have to put it in a frame. So if you put it in a frame just with the 1/8 inch glass soldered, it's going to rattle around in there. And I just use cane. It's personal preference for me. It's not something that's carved in stone or, etched in granite or anything like that. It's my personal preference. Even when I do a copper foil window, if I'm not working and I don't need that just 1/8 of an inch, I will put lead around it to help reinforce the rigidity of the panel itself. So, not all windows had cane around them or U-channel or anything like that. It's just a personal preference.
Also want to give a shout out to Ray, because Ray keeps us straight here. He
keeps us straight. He keeps me straight. I appreciate it.
Keeps us the information here on the channel, and
so Ray
helps us out.
Everybody give Ray a big thumbs up for tonight and for the entire year. We appreciate everything that you've done here, ending the year for 2022 at the ARTyRV channel.
We still have a couple live streams.
I know, we got it going on, and we are going to be live on the 26th as well.
And next week. And every week
after that. So, even though we're doing a little traveling in January.
So Deborah Wade got the ornaments. And we had a couple people that have said they've got their ornaments and they love them. And thank you guys so much, because you just don't realize how much
how much it helps support the ARTyRV channel and, and everything else that we do. So it's really, we're happy that we can make your holiday season just a little happier for you.
Yep.
And we appreciate it. Big thumbs up to everybody, to
Yes,
all of you
thank you
guys.
so
Thank you
much.
so much. And we got a lot of new people on the chat tonight, Barb. It's really nice. Thank you all for
Yeah.
tuning in. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Oh, so you know what, Barb? I had
Oh.
a crazy question. Not a crazy question. It's a question. Actually, it's a legitimate question. And that question was, does your glass cutter ever get dull?
Oh, that was a good question.
You know what? That is a good question, because here's the answer. Yeah, it does get, well, it doesn't necessarily get dull. What it does is it gets honed in to your hand. This cutter head on this cutter has been here for 20 years. And right now, it will cut anything, because I use it for cutting thick mirror. I use it for cutting tabletops. I use it for cutting window pane glass and picture frame glass. So I'm covering the whole gambit with a 20-year-old head. But what it does is it has acclimated it. I've just say it's honed in. That carbide wheel has honed in to Ed's style of glass cutting. So yeah, it got a little bit, I guess it got a little bit duller, because no matter how hard I push on this, I don't get flakes on from my glass cutter on the score. So yeah, it's a little bit duller. It's not hot like a brand new cutter, but that's the difference. It's hot. It's not sharp. It's hot. And as they get older and you use them more, they become honed in on the pressure from your hand and the pressure from your fingers. And then, of course, you know what I say, you have to listen to your glass cutter, because it'll tell you what's going on. So yeah, enjoy your glass cutter. Keep it as long as you can. Just don't drop it. And if you don't, and when you first get it, you're going to want to keep a little bit of oil in it. But after that, just oil it maybe once a week, right before you start cutting. That's all. You don't need to soak it in oil or anything. Just, take care of it. It's one of the most expensive tools in your arsenal.
So do you need to clean your glass cutter?
Well, you do, Barb, and I think we have a video about that. But what you need to do is you take a straight pin, okay? Just a straight pin. And there's a gap right there underneath the wheel in your glass cutter. Right there. Right there. Okay. And if you'll take and stick that straight pin through there, you will be completely amazed at how much trash is behind your cutter wheel. And that, my friend, could play a big part in you not being able to cut your glass correctly.
Right. And it can get dirty, because if you're cutting glass that's been sitting in the rack for a while and you don't, you cut it.
It's got dust on it. It's got desiccant. It's got everything.
Yeah. So every once in a while, and that's on one of the live streams. But
keeping your glass cutter well maintained is because this is like the most important tool in your toolbox right here.
Burnt Roll Toast wants to know how we would feel about a short 1-minute video for the viewer showcase. That's kind of a neat idea. That sounds like something that maybe for the end of the year we could do something for the viewer showcase.
So Burnt Raw Toast, what you're saying is you would do a 1-minute video about yourself and your work, and you'll send it to us?
No, I don't think so. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying, Burnt Raw
You were
Toast?
saying about the video for your video show. Okay. A short minute. I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Our producer said,
I don't know. I have to think about how
I guess that works.
But send me some more information, Burnt Raw Toast.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I thought you were talking about taking all the viewer showcase people from the year.
Well, I think we could do a year-end viewer showcase.
But I don't know if I can do that either.
Yeah, that's a lot, right?
I don't know that I saved all those photos you guys sent me. So, but that's a good idea. I don't know if I can do it. Send me some more information and more about
Send us your thoughts, okay? Burnt Raw Toast?
Julie said if you have an extra pencil cutter around, which I don't know if we do, but you could show them how to solder the finger rest at the base of the cutter.
I could, but the only other cutter I have is for sale. So who wants to buy it? And I'll make you a finger grip.
We have a lot of them, but they're the plastic, the Lexan ones.
Yeah,
or
they're the
whatever made.
polycarbonate ones. So, but I have one brass Toyo cutter, and it's.
If we get an extra,
but if we
I
get
find an extra
let me see if
one.
I can find one. I may have just an old one that I can do that to, and that's a great idea. So, let me work on that. Let's see if we can do
a
that.
1-minute video for a viewer showcase. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I guess if you're gonna produce a 1-minute video, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you're going to produce the video, Burnt Raw Toast,
I don't know.
tell us about
that's-
yourself and a window, or maybe some windows that you've installed in people's houses.
No, he doesn't do that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's discuss that more. I can't make decisions.
Yeah, we don't want to make a decision tonight, but let's.
That's a cute idea.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a cute idea. So I like
Okay.
that. I like that.
Okay, does anyone have any questions about stained glass? You could put them in the chat. And I guess we could talk about...
Let's talk about, you know what? Let's talk about the new video we got coming out, Barb.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah,
Is
let's
it
talk
in a
about
point
that.
where we can talk about it?
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay, so let's do that.
First of all, look for the thumbnail that's coming out, because somehow you got inside of that jewelry box.
Well,
and
it's
then
a big box, honey.
Anyway.
It's
think
a
you'll
big
like the
jewelry
thumbnail.
box. So I crawled myself in there.
But you'll see the
You'll
thumbnail.
see it. So anyway, what I wanted to share with y'all is, remember, last week we talked about this.
You want me to change that?
Yeah, you could go to close up. That's
Okay.
cool. Okay, sure. So remember last week we talked about this, and we talked about hinges and hinge placement, and we talked about how broke this was, and how dirty it was. So now not only is it clean, but it's fixed, and y'all look for the thumbnail. There's a brand new video coming out that's going to show you how to apply jewelry box hinges to not just this box, but the same applies to any box that you build. Okay?
So he shows how to take that box apart.
Take it apart.
And then reinstall the hinges. So if you ever get these little boxes...
Well, we're going to
that come
actually
in-
make the hinges in the video, right? We're going to cut them and
Reinstall
bend
the
them and
hinges,
everything. Yeah.
So he shows you how to make those hinges so you can use them for whatever you need to make hinges for, and make these little boxes. It's so easy.
And little boxes are so, people just love them.
Yeah.
They just love a little box, any kind of a box, not just this size or what have you, but,
Okay. And then we'll have a video.
I got a
on
cardboard
that.
box when I was little, and I got something big in it, but I enjoyed playing in the cardboard
And our
box
dog
more.
loves boxes.
Our dog just rips boxes
So
apart.
that proves your point.
Right. So that, y'all keep an eye out for that video. We want you to take a look at it. It's not like
And
going to
please
take a whole
share
bunch
it
of time.
and tell people about it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talk about out there that people want to know how to apply the jewelry box hinges. And you know what? We just did a video and showed you how. And
Yeah,
it's
because
it's
you can
thorough.
read about
so.
it, but he's got some really good tips on how to apply that hinge, and also how to apply that chain. He's got a real good tip at the end of the video on how that chain should be applied, and so it's just a really cute video, and I
Right.
think y'all
And
will like
a little bit of talk about the construction of the box so that the hinge itself has a place to hang on to. It's not just Willie McNillian out there, freewheeling. We want it to have something to hang on to. So keep an eye on that, and keep an eye on that video, and give us some feedback on it. We got a lot of information on there, and I hope that it helps you. So
Jennifer wants to know. Oh, wait. Yes. Julie said she can't wait for the video.
Okay.
Jennifer wants to know, when should I use zinc versus lead cane for surrounding my project? Jennifer's going to be doing a piece that is approximately 14 by 18 with bevel cluster in the center.
if you're gonna, so Jennifer, if you're gonna put it in a frame, you can use lead, and if you're gonna put zinc around it, you really shouldn't hang it from the zinc anyway, because it's not designed for that. I fixed so many windows where the hangers have pulled from the zinc, that it just, it just scares me. I always talk my customer into letting me bring it to me. I'll take the hangers off of it that are left, or the hanger, and we'll put it in a frame. And then you don't have to worry about it, because I'll put the eye hooks in the wood. You can hang it from a small chain and never have to worry about it falling in the middle of the night. That is a rude awakening.
Over time, because
gravity is your worst enemy.
One thing you need to think about: bevel clusters are heavier than, I don't know how big the bevel cluster is, but bevel clusters are heavier. They're made with heavier
they're twice
glass.
they're twice
the weight.
They're twice the weight.
So a wood frame would be a good way to go.
So a square foot of bevel cluster is about 4.5 pounds, basically. So
that's one thing to consider.
But bevel clusters are beautiful. But I just if you're putting it in a window, though, Jennifer, okay. If you're putting it in a window, I would suggest to use the lead cane, because if that window is out any little bit at all, you can take what they call a microplane, a wood plane. It's called a microplane, and just shave that lead off just a little bit and fit it in there ever so sweetly. But with the zinc, hun, you're stuck. You can't do that. So just think about it and its application. If it's going in a frame, zinc or lead will work. If it's going into a frame in a window or a frame in a cabinet door, lead would work better.
Okay, Ray. I can't see that question. I thought I saw it at the beginning of the live stream. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do something else. Let me change this to live chat. Maybe I can see it now. Hang on just a second.
If we lose you, we'll be back.
Okay. I can't see that question at the top that you're talking about. I thought I saw it when the chat first started, but for some reason I can't see it now. So can you copy and paste it, and I'll answer it.
Sorry about that, Ray. Sorry about that, questioner.
Yeah. So if you could copy and paste. Okay, he just posted it. Okay. Oh, okay. Just starting tools, but how can I get full-size patterns? This is from John. Versus sun catchers. Point him in the right direction.
John, on our Amazon store, we have on our pattern page, pattern and pattern materials and stuff, we have a small projector that you can use to blow your patterns up. The other thing, though, is is everybody can draw. Okay, don't think that you can't just because you can't, because you can. So try to take a smaller pattern and just enlarge it a little bit and do some practicing on your drawing. We have a program that we use, the Rapid Resizer, and it helps us out a little bit, but I still find myself drawing the windows the way I want them. Okay? So we have the Rapid Resizer. If you want a full-size pattern, you could join up for that program. It's pretty simple. It's about $120 a year, I think, Barb, right? Or $17 a month. It's a little more expensive monthly than it is yearly, but it's a sweet little program, and it works on the Chromebook, right? Works on our Chromebooks.
It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud. So I mean, how easy can it be, because it does go into the cloud. So anyway, just wanted to let you know a little bit about that. But the other thing is try, start out with a block, okay? And if you're going to do something in the center of the window, you fold your pattern in half and in half again, and you break it up into quarters. And then you draw 1/4 of that window, and then you copy it the other 3 times, and now your center's done, and it's exactly because the other 3 sides are just like the first one that you drew. So anyway, it's very, I can put you in those directions, but blowing stuff up on the copier doesn't work, because the copier changes everything. I'm sorry, Barb, and I interrupted you.
No.
Sorry.
There's so many thoughts running through my head about that. It's hard to just
Hold on.
think about all the ways to blow up patterns and make those work for you. But what I was thinking is, you want to start drawing your pattern and think about your focal point. What is going to be your focal point? And that's where you would start. And from there you work.
Well, you start with your actual block size, the size of the window.
Size, of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you work your way, work your way in. You can start on the outside by putting your borders in. And then when you get to the middle, you can design a piece that will help you by folding the paper in half and in half again and draw it in quarters, and they'll be identical. So.
Okay.
And not everything's simple. So.
No, it's not.
Always I have a question that I ask myself quite often. Who drew this? Especially when I'm cutting glass. Who drew this window?
And guys, I don't know what was with the title of this live stream this week. I don't know where that title came from. I don't know what I was thinking when I posted it. It said, "What are you waiting for?" I don't know why that was the title on the live stream.
Hey, Jennifer, if you're gonna
transcribed my
yeah, Jennifer, if you're gonna be using the putty recipe, it'd probably be better to do lead on the outside of that window. So.
Yes.
It'll cement itself to the glass anyway. So
yes.
We just saw that, Jennifer. So we didn't want to miss that on you. So.
Okay. So do we have any other questions? Let's see.
Jerby Jerb's here tonight, along with everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody.
Okay, Karen wants to know how to start the business. She's looking at the crafter versus the retail license. Definitely go for the crafter license.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
Right. Make sure you pay your sales tax every month, whether you have any or not. Send your form in.
Yeah.
And register with the Secretary of State, whether you're going to be if you're going to have a business, you want to do a limited liability corporation or something if you're just going to be doing, small stained glass stuff.
Yeah. If you're just starting out, I would definitely say the crafter's license. I'm not sure you have to. I know when you get a retail license, you have to file every month. And with the crafter's license, I think you just file when you have
when you have sales, maybe.
Or when you have sales. I'm not sure, but yeah. It's been so long since I've had to look at that, but you need one or the other for sure. If you guys are in business for yourself, you have to have some type of license in South Carolina to collect sales tax.
Yeah, you want to be, you want to be on the up and up. You don't want to, you just want to be
you don't want to get
legit.
In trouble.
Yeah, let me tell you, you don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
Because they will find you.
Right.
You can't hide.
You don't want to show up for a craft fair and they say,
and they put a chain and take you to the bogey.
And they say, "Where's your license?" And you say, "I don't have one." They say, "Well, you can't stay."
You're gonna have to take your tent back to your car, ma'am.
So yeah, I would definitely get one.
Just play by the rules. That's all. It's very simple.
License. Right. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat.
So a crafter's license is pretty cool, Barb. That's pretty nice. I didn't know that they had one of those. But they do. We used to purchase a day license for our vendors at the festivals. Remember? It was $5 for the day.
Yeah, we did that through the Chamber of Commerce.
We did that through the Chamber of Commerce or the City of Conway or something. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, they bought a $5 license, and that took care of their city business license for the day.
Right, but it had nothing to do with
Had nothing to do with sales tax.
That's
they were still
thing.
Responsible for their sales tax.
Yeah, because the city, you have to have a city license too. But the city would let us collect $5 from each vendor, and that would be their city license. That was kind of nice, so they didn't have to buy one.
So all you people that are new tonight tuning in, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Once you do that, you'll want to click on the notification bell. Hey, and that'll let you know that we're coming to you live every Monday night, and along with other things coming up. Those of you that are members of our channel, you'll be getting a notification too about this new video coming out.
Yeah, you'll get it first, guys. Yeah. Members get it first.
So thank you all so much for tuning in, and gosh, let's roll over to the glass chat. Barb, you want to?
Keep it moving, Ed.
Keep it moving. I'm rolling over.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
So
right,
hey, so last week we had a viewer who said, I did an oval window, and remember we in the viewer showcase, everybody, last week we did that. She had an oval, and she said, I took a lead and watched the video, and I put a rope lead frame around her window, okay? And I'm close up so they can see that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a twisted rope, twisted lead. This is an H game. You can use a U. I just like the way the H gives me dark and shiny because I patinaed the outside edge of it. So anyway, I just thought I wanted you to see that. And then we're going to do something really crazy tonight on the ARTyRV channel. I'm going to hand this, Barb, I'm handing you a piece of lead, girl.
Okay, give me some
Okay,
pliers.
I'm going to give you some pliers. Oh, God.
What are you doing?
Just broke my finger. I'm just kidding.
He's scaring me.
She's scaring me, man, and I love it.
He's scaring me. I thought he was going to make me hold this with my hand.
Okay, so now what we're going to do.
Okay, well, they can't
We're just
see
gonna
it.
take-
They can't see
Well,
it.
hang on. Let's go to the main camera.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? And the tighter I make it, the closer I'm going to get to Barbara. And that's going to be awesome. So anyway, there it is. It wasn't a whole lot of pain in that, but there was a lot of gain in it. Think about that. There was a lot, no pain, but a lot of gain
A lot of
because
nonsense. Hold it up. Okay.
So there, y'all, is a rope frame. This is like perfect size for a picture frame or anything like that. But that's the way you make it. Now this is an
It's very
H.
rigid.
Oh gosh, look how rigid it is.
See?
It's
mean,
very
that's
nice. It
nice.
makes it really, really strong, y'all. So anyway, that's a great idea for small sun catchers, you know, in lieu of putting the wire around small sun catchers. Think about that,
Yeah,
okay?
the little ones like that.
So we wanted to share that with you. And then I want to share something else with you tonight. Our glass chat, I got a beautiful piece of glass to talk to you about. This is a Wismac, okay? And this is a 87 LLR. You know, when Wismac throws in, or Kokomo throws in a LL, you know it's going to be mixed with a lot of clear. So the LL is clear. You know? So here we go. This is a really pretty piece of glass. And you'll see that it's like an aquamarine blue and clear streaky. And there it is. You can kind of see that. There we go. And bring that over, Barb, on the close-up camera. And this is a granite texture. I'm sorry, this is a ripple. This is a R.
Yeah, RR.
This is a RR, so it's a rough rolled. That's what I like.
Rough roll.
Rough roll. Rough rolled. So anyway, I just want to share this with you. This is a Wismac 87 LLR. And that, y'all, is a sweet
Beautiful
piece
for
of
water.
glass. Not only is it aquamarine blue, streaky on clear, but it is so seedy, it's driving me crazy. I love this piece of
Beautiful
glass.
for water. Beautiful.
Beautiful for water. So I wanted to share that with y'all because it's you know, it's imperative that we share beautiful glasses with each other. So, and now, Barb, I'm going to show them a little project that they can do.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm not.
What do you got up there?
I got some
that.
crazy, just a little something. So those of you that have a kiln and a way to make your own frits or use frits and everything, you can make these little. You can make these little Christmas trees. Close up camera. There we go. You can make these little Christmas trees here like this. This is just frit, and this is on a stringer piece of glass. So what if you just took a piece of glass that was nothing, was just stringers and fractures? Look at that. And we make a Christmas tree. So we can copper foil this and decorate it a multitude of different ways, along with our pre-tinned wire we can decorate it with. And then you want to, you know, you can do all these different things and then make a little stand for it and let it sit up just like that, right there.
Right.
There you go. Just make a little stand and it'll sit up like that. Well, really what I wanted to share with y'all is this right here. Okay? This right here. It's a manila folder. I drew a straight line down the middle. I went 1.5 inches on each side of that straight line and brought it up to a point. Now, you know what we're going to do tonight, y'all? I'm going to cut a Christmas tree for you just because it's that time of year and I can.
These look really good grouped together.
They do, and I'm going to show. I'll have 3 in just a moment.
They look good grouped together, and they.
And I'm using all bullseye glass because we're putting frits on these and cranking them out. So they really look pretty.
It's a great way to use scrap.
Oh my gosh, Barbara.
Because you always have those long pieces that are kind of weird. It's a great way to use your scrap.
So if you take this, Barb, and you take this and you just, oh my gosh, you have that beautiful clear Christmas tree. And then you have a beautiful cranberry Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. There you are, y'all. Merry Christmas. So make your own Christmas tree pattern out of a manila folder. Make it any size you want. Make it tall and skinny. Make it short and fat. Make it any way you want because it's a Christmas tree. And have fun decorating it, and your customers will love it.
And it really looks good when they're different sizes.
Yeah, like if this tree were this big, it would be really great, But I just brought the one pattern up, Barb. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Here, I can do this too.
Wait a minute. Let me get the camera over there.
Whoops.
Uh-oh. Well, no, that doesn't really look. But we'll have we have some shorts coming up on different ways we're going to be decorating.
That we're going to be decorating these. So I just wanted to share that with you. And just in case you didn't know, if you take cranberry and that pretty blue that I got, you know what color you get? Purple. Mm-hmm. Okay, cranberry and blue, or blue and red, just like on the spectrum, they make purple. So there you go, just like that.
Okay, purple. I have another question here.
Go, Barb, let's roll.
Pauline wants to know, through the years, have you been repairing windows? What was the most windows that you've done with the same type of cracks? The same cracks?
Some steel sash windows that were taken out of a church that the walls were collapsing on. We had 14 of them to do. You remember those? Mm-hmm. Down in Merle's Inlet. We had 14 windows to do. So the contractor took 14 windows out that were 36 inches wide and 109 inches tall, just a little over 9 feet, and brought them to our shop, and we restored all 14 of them. But the cracks where the problem was in these windows here were from weed eaters on the exterior, and they were all in just basically square pieces of glass. Remember?
Yeah, and they were all in the same place.
They were all on both sides of the building, the same height. It was really unusual, but fortunately, again, remember the glass we talked about last week, the Wismac 94, and the whole church was built in those colors. And then we built new window for up front with the Ascension of Jesus Christ in the front window.
Okay.
So it was 14 of them. And they were all basically, the breaks were all at the same height, all in the same type of glass. It was really kind of strange. Then we had to install them again. So.
Yeah. I think we put protective covering.
Protective covering, yeah, we did. Funny, they did all that work on the church, but they didn't change the landscaping, so there were still rocks available for the weed eaters.
Rocks are the window's enemy. Okay, Brandon has a question.
Okay.
He had a project that he used tinned wire on. He put black patina on the project. When he polished it, the patina did not stay on the wire.
Probably not, because the patina really sticks. The tinned wire is a dipped wire or an extruded wire, and they are just putting that tin on it. That's all it is, because it's copper wire and it's very little of it. So the chances of it holding the patina are probably slim to none. But what I find, and I did this before because I just did it on a turtle shell.
Right.
So is I made the cage that I wanted to outline the turtle's shell, and then I soldered it in place. Then I removed it from the shell and cleaned it with baking soda, patinaed it, and then put it back, and it stayed dark. So I will tell you that it did stay dark. It kind of turned like a
What, you soldered it together?
soldered it together, and then
Okay.
I took it out of the shell because I didn't attach it to the shell itself. I just attached the wires, the grid pattern
Oh,
together.
okay. And then you took it out.
Then I
and
took it
cleaned
out,
and
cleaned it separately, and did it all separate, and then attached it to the stained glass window.
Right. And you cleaned it and then patinaed it.
Yeah, and the
Did it so
patina
that-
turned out pretty nice. It actually turned out about that color right there, and that was on tinned wire. So you have to be careful. I'm sorry, Barb. My fingers were going crazy.
Okay, that was a good answer.
Well, and it's a good question too, because oddly enough, I had just completed a project last week with that. So
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
question.
So I'm hoping that when we're answering these questions, not only for the viewer that asked them, but for the rest of you viewers who are learning even more about this beautiful, beautiful craft that we call stained glass. So.
I want to say hello to all those people out there that aren't chatting with us and aren't signing in and aren't subscribing. We appreciate you.
Just as much.
We appreciate you just as much for hanging out and learning. And we
Yeah.
wish you'd subscribe.
Or
but
just chime in and
it's
just say hi and let us know that you're there. You know, say a big
don't
shout
have
out to my elementary school friend Tim Brewer up in Bristol, Virginia. Just want to say hi to you. We just reconnected after 50 years, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And did he find you on YouTube, honey?
He did.
Okay,
He
so-
found me here.
Okay, that's kind
Yeah,
of weird,
it's
right?
good. He's like, well, I used to know a guy named Ed Streeter.
Yeah.
Oh my, that is him.
That's
How
him.
about that? Anyway, we're reconnected after 50 years. It's awesome.
Did you have something else you were going to share with us and I had? Oh, you
No.
haven't done a. Did you do some glass cutting?
I
Oh,
did.
You did a
I
little
did some glass cutting.
yeah.
Did a glass chat.
Anything you need Ed to cut for you tonight?
Yeah, just let me know. And
just let
Magali,
him
I'm
know.
still waiting on that pattern,
So
huh? I'm just kidding.
we did we got all the questions. I believe we got the questions. If you have a question, just put it in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer. Magali
Yep.
said LOL.
Magali's laughing, and that's
I had
good.
someone that wanted Ed to sing happy birthday, but I'm not sure that she's here tonight, so we'll just have to wait for that. Will you be live streaming on Christmas and New Year's night? Rick will be live streaming the day after Christmas.
Because we're traveling Christmas Day.
And but we might
We'll be close to home on New Year's Eve. We might be able to do a live stream.
Christmas Day will be home.
Yeah, we'll be home Christmas morning. So
We'll
keep
have
an
to
eye out.
see.
We may pop in before we jump in and go.
But definitely the Monday. I think Christmas
26th, Monday the
Christmas
26th.
is on
We
the
have a live
26th.
stream Q&A.
And then what? I
Actually,
don't
we're
know-
doing it from our daughter's
Workshop.
Workshop.
So that should be fun.
Yeah. So you guys will get to see some of the things that our daughter and son-in-law do.
So that was a question. New Year's night, probably not, because we won't.
Because we're old.
Because we're old, we'll be sleeping.
We'll be sleeping. We go to bed at 8 o'clock.
No,
I'm
we
just
may
kidding.
not have access to the internet New Year's Eve, but
right.
New Year's Day is that when
We
we're
will
doing?
have. Yeah, we'll be home. We'll be due in New Year's Day.
Day. Oh, not New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day.
Yeah, we're due in New Year's Day. We'll be coming home New Year's
Is that
Day.
a Monday or a Sunday?
That's a Monday.
We're coming home on Monday.
Yeah, Monday
All right.
morning.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Someone commented and they don't have any trouble with the tinned wire. I'd say just, try what Ed did and
Yeah, because if you can apply it after you tin it, it just takes a little second to touch up where you've applied where you soldered it to your piece. So try that. But I needed that wire to get dark on that turtle shell, and the only way I could figure it out was to build the cage on the turtle, on the window itself, and then remove it, and then clean it and patina it and do it that way. And it worked out really well because I had to call Barb in to take a look at it. Get her opinion on it as to what it looked like. So
Okay. Do we have any questions? Just put them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them. And like we said, the new video on the hinges for the jewelry box will be coming out. Members will get that first. Probably get it tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon, and then the video will come out to everyone else
So
on Wednesday.
be on the lookout for this jewelry box, jewelry hinge, complete video. It's going to take just a few minutes out of your life, but I guarantee you it's worth it.
17 minutes, something
Yeah.
like
So
that.
watch the whole thing. You'll learn a lot, I hope. And
You will, definitely. Learn
Yeah,
all
there's
the
a couple little tricks. Yeah.
You'll learn all the
Thanks,
little
Barb.
tricks. You will. You'll learn all the little tricks, and he's got a lot of them. Mike has a downy woodpecker that is only 6 inches tall. I'm worried about wrapping it in the tinned wire for strength. I'm worried about wrapping the detail. Yeah, well, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Mike, is are you going to hang it from the back? Or are you going to hang it from the side? Depending on where you're going to hang it, if your hanger goes in the middle behind it and not near the edge, you can probably just drop your jump ring in right around his neck or something. The other thing though is this: if you're gonna hang on the outside edge around its head or its neck area, what you want to do is make sure at least your tinned wire goes into the woodpecker a little bit, but have your jump ring attached to the wire that goes into the woodpecker, all one piece. That way it's pulling on wherever you're dropping the wire in. Okay, you're not pulling on the bird itself. Try that.
You don't want to pull on the little head and disconnect it from the rest. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, it attaches on the side too as a long vertical. Right. So what you need to do, there's got to be something that you can just run up to reinforce that edge. If it's a long vertical, just run the wire there and where the hanger's going to go, try and get it, you want to bead that up. Other thing, Mike, just quick, if you watch the jewelry box video, it'll also show you how to build up and reinforce that back edge of a flat surface. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that I know sometimes you don't want to put a score in there in a because you want that really long, pretty wing. But in order to hang it, you have to think about those things and think about it in your design with the structural integrity of it, because you can't just hang a piece of wire on a piece of copper foil on a bird, even if it's 6 inches long. It still weighs a couple of ounces. And ounces mean pulling away from gravity, Mike. So just be careful with it. Think about your design. And if there's any way that you can get a piece of wire, 6 inches, there's got to be a access in there for a piece of tinned wire running horizontally with a jump ring attached to it.
Yeah, and it sounds like you put a lot of work into it,
Yes.
So you want to make sure it
Yeah, and they make a really small wire. They make a 24 gauge wire, I think, and that's pretty small. So
okay.
24 gauge is like really, really small tinned wire. We use 20 here, and I consider that to be pretty small. And we use 16, of course, but we do a lot of that.
So everyone have their Christmas shopping done? Do
I
you
hope
have
so.
yours done?
I hope so.
Do you have yours done?
I do.
I'm almost done.
But I had to borrow Barbara's credit card to do it.
It's not my
I know.
credit card.
I was like,
It has
"Hey,
my
honey,
name
can
on
you
it,
hand me the
but
credit
it's not
card?"
mine. 'Cause
It's ours.
that's right.
That's right. It's ours. So yeah, you can. We're gonna take and just make a little candy cane here.
Karen wants to know when we're going to be up that way. We're going to be up that way
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day through the 28th. We'll be saying hello to you, Karen.
Yeah, we'll be up on the 25th, and we'll be bugging out on the 29th.
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 29th. Mike said his wire is 18 gauge.
Okay, so that's pretty heavy.
So go down and
Go
go up.
Go up. Go a little bit thinner. I believe it's 20 gauge, Mike, that I use. I'm pretty sure it is. And you'll find that, man, that's really nice and small wire to work with. So
would you make a candy cane?
I just made a candy cane simply because I felt like it.
Christmas.
It's Christmas time.
Okay.
And this looks like the little candy cane from little Cindy Lou who was no more than 2.
Okay. Anything else you have for us tonight, Ed?
I don't. I would like to see everybody cut out Christmas trees and really fashion them for the holidays.
Okay. Is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. I'd like to see some Christmas trees.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll get some Christmas trees sent to us.
Well, you don't need to send them to me, but
I mean pictures, not the actual
Yeah,
tree.
if you want to send some pictures, we'll talk about maybe
we can talk about them at the
viewer showcase in January.
Yeah.
January the 3rd. Mm-hmm. Right? Is that a Monday?
I don't know if it's January 3rd or not.
I don't know. But anyway, January.
It's the first
Monday in January.
Okay.
And we'll be just getting back, and we'll be rocking though.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that the wire, the higher the number on the wire, the thinner it is. So if you can get some fairly,
Okay, and Karen's getting glass eye, so congratulations, Karen. You must have been a good girl this year.
Yeah. January 2nd is Monday. Thank you. That's my father's birthday.
Yep.
How about that?
January 2nd. Okay, but we're going to see you next Monday as we see you every Monday night at 7
Right,
o'clock.
and don't forget, the first Monday, which, thanks to Ray, is January 2nd, is going to be Viewer Showcase.
Yeah, so if you have anything you want to share, any of your Christmas things, or any of your projects, just send them to right up there, conwayglass.com, ARTyRV, and you'll get a little message. It'll say, send us a question, or submit your questions. It's on that page, and just hit that, and it says submit your questions, but there's also a block that says Viewer Showcase, and so just send us a link.
Yeah, send us a link, and we'll let you know how to get
your email
get your
address.
pictures to us and all that. So, but anyway, we want to thank everybody. And if you have any questions, we still have some time.
We do have some time.
If you have any questions about maybe a festival you got coming up, or if someone is going to be, if you're going to be at a festival this weekend coming, the 17th, let us know, and we'll let our viewers know, and just in case they're in your area and want to stop in and say hi to you. So Magali's heading up north for Christmas next week.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold, girl.
Are you guys getting cold? Are you guys having cold weather? I think tonight is going to be cold here, so I imagine up north is going to be very cold. Okay, here's a question.
Okay,
Pauline
we got
has a
one.
question.
Thanks, Pauline.
What kind of cracks should we be aware of when we make a window with lead cane that we should take more care in supporting? What kind of cracks should we be aware of?
Well, a lot of times you're not just going to see cracks, but the window's actually going to start to bow a little bit and flex a little bit, and that's going to be within probably the first 4 to 10 inches from the bottom is where it starts to collapse at first. And it collapses not only from heat, but from gravity and not being supported correctly. So your cracks that you're going to find are just normal everyday cracks are going to be in your borders. Most of those, most of those are going to be horizontal cracks. And unless the glass is missing in a stained glass window, don't replace it. Okay? You're just messing with the structural integrity of the window. Now, if you're building a window and a piece of glass breaks while you're building it, yeah, you can't take it to the customer with a broken piece of glass in it. However, if you're repairing a window and it's just got a bunch of horizontal cracks, but only 2 or 3 pieces of glass that actually have holes in them, fix the physical holes only. Leave the other pieces of glass. It is an inherent quality of a window that has taken the test of time and shown very little, I think they look good with little cracks in them. But if they have holes in them, that's what you want to replace.
As long as the lead is in good condition.
Yeah, as long
There's
as
no reason to disrupt that integrity of that lead by taking the
No,
glass
there's
out when
right.
it's good.
Because when you take that piece of glass out of that lead, what goes back in there is going to be smaller, or it's not going back in. So you have to keep all those things in mind.
Someone commented they had 40 degrees Celsius in Winnipeg, Manitoba, but their shop was freezing, but they still worked. That was Jen.
Way to go, Jen. You know
You're
what?
a
That's
trooper, Jen.
Yeah, you're a trooper. You're a trooper. You get you a little portable electric fireplace and plug that bad boy in.
Yeah, I'm bringing mine in.
Hey, Ray, we're getting down to 30 here tonight, so it's like,
in
crazy.
Pittsburgh.
Our the glass blowing furnace, we came in Friday morning. It was going to be 50 degrees all day. Came in Friday morning. We had a failure on the coil due to a power surge overnight from our beautiful power company. And so we had a power surge. Didn't even know where that came from. But anyway, we now, as of today, the new coils are in. I had to replace a lot of things. Anyway, I replaced some wires and a brand new solenoid. So anyway, we're going to be up and running tomorrow by lunchtime, and we are looking forward to catching up. So you still have time to order your Christmas ornaments from us, and if you want to know how to help support the ARTyRV channel, you can go to our website at conwayglass.com and go to Blown Glass Shopping, and you can order Christmas ornaments right there from that page. We'll be happy to get them out for you, and we do have some still in stock. But if there's something that you want, just go ahead and place the order, and we'll get it to you.
And if any of you are looking for a Cricut to help make your patterns for your copper foil projects, we have one on our Amazon page on sale. I believe it's 35% off.
It's a good deal.
It's a good deal, so you might want to check that out.
Yeah, so Cricut, you can do a lot of different things with that Cricut. A lot of different things.
Negative 40 degrees. Whoa, Jen.
Wow.
That's cold.
What in the world? I just got to chill. That's crazy.
How do you warm that up? I
I don't know. What jacket do you put on for that one?
Oh.
I don't know. That's crazy. Woo.
Okay. What is one mistake you think new stained glass artists make when starting to sell their glass?
If there is any. Yeah, there is a lot, probably.
Well,
I don't know that there's a lot, though, Barb. Starting to sell your glass, one thing is, I don't know that it's a mistake, but you have to find your worth. What you charge for your projects, how long it takes you to make it, different things like that.
I think that...
And then Magali's got a good answer. Your work, poor quality. If you're going to sell your work, it's got to be out there. It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. So your soldering and your glass cutting need to be way, way proficient.
Well, if you're a beginner, most people that are beginners practice on their family.
So give that stuff away.
Yeah, give it away. and it's a great way to learn what is good, because your family, they're going to love everything you do for them. But then there's going to be certain things that, they're going to say, hey, this is really, really good. So get that feedback, and then your friends. And then when you feel confident, that's the time that you should
That's
go
when
to
you
a
do
craft
it,
fair.
when you go
because
to a craft
if you
show.
go too soon, you're going to get discouraged because you're not going to sell anything. So wait until you are confident and
and your work looks confident.
Right.
When you're confident with your work will show it.
And not charging enough, right? If your work is, if your work is good, you need to charge a good price.
Right. And like Ray said, he didn't charge enough when he started out, but Ray is a master craftsman of lamps, and I can understand why he would make that mistake to undercharge, because some of the lamps that he sent Barb and I, as far as photographs. Your work is exquisite, Ray, and I love your lamps, buddy.
Jen said that she's heard a lot of people use Mac tack plastic to stick to glass as their pattern. Any opinions on this?
Jen, I don't even know what MacTac plastic is. I don't have. I guess because I use the light box, I don't use a lot of the products that y'all talk about. Because I put my pattern right on the light box and I cut my pattern right on top of it. I cut my glass right on top of the existing pattern that I'm going to use to build the window with. And I've been doing that for, I don't know, what, 37 years, probably 38 years. So when I'm working, I cut my patterns out with my razor blade trick and everything if I'm building sun catchers, or if I'm building, like I got a little project coming up with a set of keyboards coming up. We're going to, instead of cutting out all that glass, we're going to paint that, put it in the kiln and fire it, and we're going to call it a piano. It's going to be great. Instead of cutting 50 pieces of glass 3 times.
Okay.
Lots of black tracer paint going on the keyboards.
Okay.
So it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Brandon said he puts his pieces in the garden. They look great from a distance.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Y'all, we all started out as a beginner doing stained glass. Every one of us did. And every one of us, even people that are new to the craft, are going to develop and have developed their own style and technique. And eventually what happens is it just comes around full circle. So, when you get discouraged cutting glass and it's not breaking right, my suggestion to that is just get up and set your cutter down and just walk away and get some thoughts in your head other than cutting that piece of glass. And the same goes for when you're soldering. If you get frustrated with it, just set it down and come back to it, because when you have a set of fresh eyes looking at something, or a fresh thought thinking about something, things will change. And if you do that, you'll find the frustration is a lot less, and your work will actually reflect that for you. So.
Jen said contact paper. That's what that paper is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Great idea.
Well, I use contact paper on all my patterns because I really work them.
But she's talking about sticking to the glass. Oh, there's one thing I do want to say.
I like that.
If any of you would like a consultation with Ed, we do have 15-minute consultations. If you've got a big project you're working on and you have something you need to talk through, you can go to our website, go to conwayglass.com. Oh, and we can do it on
and
Zoom.
We can
do
Zoom
a Zoom meeting. So go there, make an appointment, and we'll contact you. We'll set something up, and we'll get it fixed up for you. We'll get Ed all fixed up and get some makeup on him, and we can Zoom.
I'll be happy to do that. But yeah, so we can do a Zoom chat with you. You can go to the website and you can book that. You can go ahead and book that, and I will be happy to sit down and talk with you about your project, 15 minutes at a time, and hopefully, because we're going to be Zooming, you might even be able to show me that project or what you got going on or what you're having trouble with, so that we can answer that question for you at a very minimal cost.
So just go to conwayglass.com /visit. And it'll come up, it'll say make an appointment. Just go through there and just make an appointment. So
you guys want me to do an Ed bobblehead for you? If y'all will purchase them, I'll buy them.
Oh, Ed doll, yeah. Okay. And
Yeah.
And if he would talk,
would
that
you
would
like
be great.
this?
Pull the thing.
Would you like Christmas lights on him?
Okay, so.
Oh, that's good. Good idea, Magali, though. Thank you, hon.
Okay, so yeah, we have raised pictures of his lamps. But if we do a thing at the end of the year, we'll probably
a year
have
in review or something.
A year in review.
We just got a tremendous amount of information from YouTube, and you guys rock.
Yeah, they told
you
us
guys
everything we did
rock.
this year, and we'll share it with you at the end of the year. But it tells us all of our stats, and You know,
And
you're probably bored with him. We were just really excited.
we were,
about it.
yeah, we were excited. I mean, I almost forgot to put the dog in her crate. I was so excited. So
Well, that reminds me. She's been in there for an hour. She needs
it's,
to.
yeah. So we're gonna
We
go
need to
grab
go
some
get her.
dinner on the way home. We don't do anything big on dinner on Monday nights because now we have the new addition to the family. You know,
Yeah.
our 2-year-old going on 1.
Yeah. So we're going to go home and say hello to the puppy and feed her. And
Y'all,
pick up
thank
some
you for
Chinese
all of
food.
your help tonight and all of your questions. And hopefully we've helped you like you've helped us over the last very short period of time.
Yep. You cheer us up on Monday night.
Yeah, hey, don't forget, we'll be here, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody soon.
And thank you guys for coming in and
Stay
chatting with
warm.
us tonight. We appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for everything. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock Monday night.
Monday night, 7 o'clock.
See you later.
Oh, don't forget the video. Let's
Yeah.
fix the jewelry box
And
hinges.
share it. And
Share
share
it.
it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.